First thing we're going to do is go through our commitments for the week. So 3 to 5 commitments that you're going to do every single day that's going to help improve your business. Just one thing I want to add. I kind of had this realization the other day, because I think, especially if you have new people on your team, they might feel like I'm not, I don't know, I'm not successful because I'm not enrolling somebody every day, or there isn't somebody always in my inbox or saying they want something. And I just want to encourage you guys that, like, your business is going to look different on different days. Some days your business might look like you are sending out a bunch of samples. Some days it might be like 3-way messages with your upline or with people that are in your downline. Some days it might be like just getting your shit together and organizing your life. Some days it might be that you're just engaging with a bunch of people. Some days it's creating your content for the week. Like, your work for your business looks different every single day. Maybe some days you are enrolling people or whatever. But if you expect your business to look the same every single day, it is going to get frustrating. If you're expecting that you're going to always have somebody in your inbox asking about the products, or if you're always going to have somebody ordering every single day, newsflash, that's not how it works. So I just want to encourage you guys that as you're going into your week, that your business is going to look different. Like, one day my day looked like preparing content for my team. One day it looked like I was preparing samples and writing thank yous to all my customers. One day it was like I was in 3-way messages with my team the entire day. One day it was me talking to all the samples that I sent out. So just focus on, like, what is my business going to look like today? Obviously, you have to do your commitments every week, which is like, or every day, which is like adding to your network and engaging with people and following up with people. But focus on, like, what is my day going to look like today? Is it that I am spending time really getting into my messenger? Is it going to be a day where, like, I really do need to sit down and get things organized because you're feeling overwhelmed? Or maybe it is that you're writing out a bunch of thank yous to anybody that's on your customer list that has ordered from you before. I got a lot of good feedback from the customers that I sent out thank yous to. I just order like a thing of thank yous off of Amazon for like $9 for 25 of them or 50 of them or something like that. And then I'll include like a patch in there, or I'll include maybe a stick of Activate or a thing of Blast or whatever, just as a thank you. And I just said in there, like, I hope that your year is starting off right. And I would love to help you with any health or financial goals that you have in the new year, because I want them to be like, financial goals, like, how is she going to help me with that? So that's just an idea. We'll spend like 2 minutes just finishing up your commitments, and then we'll go on to the next thing. I can't believe we're like more than halfway through January already. Like, how bananas. Sorry, I'm like sniffling. It's like super. Are my commitments always business related? When it comes to this Zoom, yes, but I do have like personal commitments that I have. Like, I have a habit tracker that's in my my planner, and in my habit tracker is like exercise, focus on my eating, water intake, prayer. Those are all things that are in my habit tracker that I write down too. Okay. So next, I'm going to try to find something a little new. I hope I can bring this up so it's like huge. If I can just save it. There we go. And then pull it up as a file so it's bigger. We are going to have some cool prompts that you guys get to choose from for your week. I don't know why I just didn't click that. Oh, my life. Because obviously you're more than just the business. You are a person that has interests, and there's things that make you. Ooh, oh goodness. Okay. So I'm going to spend a little time on these first couple, and then I'll scroll down so you can see the ones on the bottom. But I'm going to share my screen here. So these are, there's social media prompts that you can use that are different than just talking about your business. There are ones in there that are business related, but this helps you kind of like get an idea of what can I talk about. So I want you guys to write down, let's go with 7 of them that you like, one for each day of the week. Share desktop. Can you guys see that? I can't read the chat, so let me put the chat up. Just gonna pull, hopefully I can make it smaller. I can. Okay. Perfect. So here's a couple. I'm gonna scroll down after a couple of minutes so there you can see the bottom half, but I just wanted it to be zoomed in good enough so that you could read them. So pick 7 that you like that you're going to utilize. Don't mind the spelling errors. I pulled this off Pinterest. Share a win or success, share a loss or a failure, share your morning routine, remind people who you are and how you got started or why you got started. That's a good one. Some of these are like good engagement ones, like share a quote and then tell people to share their favorite ones. And ask me anything is a good idea for stories if you have a lot of engagement and stories. Yeah, these are just some different things that you can talk about. I'm going to spend a couple minutes on this page and then I'll scroll down for you guys. I like Wednesday wisdom. That's a cool idea. Ooh, I like this one. You guys can't see it yet. Post about something on your bucket list. And then you can ask people to share something that's theirs on theirs. like sharing your morning routine. That's really cool. That can be a business post for like Monday or something. Just talk about how you're making your shake and putting your patch on. Okay, I think I'm going to scroll down. Ooh. I don't have a mouse, so I need a mouse desperately. I can't remember how far we were. There's some right there. So like post a testimonial from a client. You could do that in your stories if like somebody has messaged you recently that's like taking a sample or something like that and about how they feel. I wonder if there's other ones I can pull up. That would be maybe. Okay, I want to get out of here. Give you guys another minute on this one, and then I'm going to just pull up another one that has really good ideas in it too. I feel like this other one's really good. Can you guys read this one well, or do you want me to save it so you can read it better? This one's really good. Yes, I will. If you follow me, I don't even know what my username is. I mean, you could probably just search Megan Holcomb and it'll show up. This one's super good though. This board is like, what's my board? It's under content. So this one's 30 days of blogging. These ones are really good. Like share where you see yourself in 10 years. Share a time when you felt defeated and what happened next. List 5 things you'd love to experience in the future. I love that. Share a place you visited before and would like to visit again. Describe how you were different from the person you were 5 years ago. Holy cow, that's huge. So we're just going to spend another minute on this, and then we'll go into giving you some time to fill your 5 buckets. Ooh. And you can like flip these too. Like one of them is share 5 good things and 5 bad things that happened to you last year. I would say like, what are 5 things that you've learned that last year taught you? That would be a good thing, I think. like reveal something or someone that you miss. I talked about like at Christmas time, I wasn't able to see my grandma, obviously, and I've never spent a Christmas without her. And I just posted a picture of her with my daughter, and I got so much engagement with that. Okay. I will leave this up for you guys while we're doing our buckets. So if you're not familiar with what the buckets are, they're the 5 things that make you you, and then you'll write 1 to 3 topics in each thing in each bucket that you could talk about. So let's say you're a mom. Like, okay, let's get a little more specific inside that bucket. So maybe so like we're a blended family, so maybe I'm talking about like how to navigate a blended family, or like things that I've experienced with the blended family. Or I can talk about um like my oldest is going to start driving, and I can talk about that and how scary that is. I can talk about like realizing how quickly time passes because my daughter's about to be in kindergarten. Like those are all things I can talk about underneath motherhood. Or I can share, or you can share like how to dress for a mom bod, or you can share like how do you find as much balance as possible being a mom and working a business, or being a mom while your kids are going to school virtually and you still working, or like however that looks for your specific situation. So like one of mine is like health and wellness. Obviously, I'm part of a health and wellness company. I think it's important that I talk about those things. So I've been doing like cooking videos, and they've gotten lots of engagement. I share in my stories like the meals I'm eating. I share the workouts I'm doing. Um, you can talk about like in your stories, if you're doing the Ultimate Thriver, like the mental challenges you have, and like all the how do you overcome them and stuff like that. I'm actually doing like a vlog for my Ultimate Thriver. So like every couple days I'll like just make a video of me talking about it. It's kind of cool. I'm excited to put it all together. And these don't always have to be like a post with a picture or a video. Like they can be like little engagement things that you post, like how do you get a picky 5-year-old to eat things other than chicken nuggets, or like whatever. And I'll post like Bible verses to my story and stuff like that. So because that's one of my 5 things. This is just to help you guys. Need house. I do not miss those days. So before we bought our home, how many years ago was that? Holy crap. It'll be 5 years ago, I think. Yep. Before we bought our house, we lived with 3 kids and my husband and I in a 2-bedroom townhome. And it was not huge by any means, but the people behind us had, I swear to God, they were probably like the biggest dogs ever, but I'm sure they weren't. But they were constantly barking, constantly, all times of the day. And you could hear them straight through the wall. And I told my husband when we moved into our house, I'm like, I'm so glad I don't have to listen to other people's dogs barking. And then the dog across the street barks at everything. So we still hear that. I'm going to give you guys 2 more minutes and then we'll move on to our content strategy as it relates to your business and your products too. If anyone is struggling with ideas, please drop it in the chat, like what one of your 5 things are, and I can help you guys like brainstorm too. Mental health is a big one for me. So here's the thing. You can talk about your struggles. I think if you pretend like you've got it all together at all times, people aren't going to relate to that. I think you can absolutely, like, some of the posts where I've had the most engagement is where I talk about, like, I struggled with anxiety for the first time last year. And these are the things I realized or whatever. And just having grace with yourself. Meal prep is one of my 5. Cool. So I do meal prep too. And I think maybe here to wrap up Heather's, you could talk about like what that experience has shown you or like opened your eyes to or made you realize like maybe that community is important or surrounding yourself around the right people was important, or like making sure you're taking time to pause or things like that, because there might be people that are experiencing the things that you experienced that you might be able to help them through that. So, and then meal prep, I do meal prep, so I can help with this one. So one thing I talk about is I'll do lives with what food I'm making or whatever for the day. I will also like do a grocery haul video, sometimes live video. I show my meals in my stories. So I'll show like what I had for a snack and what I had for lunch. And then the next day I might show like dinner, or some days I'm like, hey, here's how my whole meal prepping goes. Like, here's me packing my lunch in the morning for when I went to work and that sort of thing. Or you can talk about like how, if you have a family, how it's sometimes difficult to make your family something that maybe you loved to eat before, but you're being more conscious about what you're putting into your body. So you make yourself something else. So like sitting at the table and watching your family eat cheeseburgers and you're eating a salad or whatever. What's another thing that I do? Yeah, so those are some of the ideas I have for meal prepping. So like today I'm meal prepping and I'll do a live on it. Or here's another thing I do. So after I do maybe like 1 or 2 videos after 2 weeks, so like 1 week I'll do, here's my grocery haul. The next week I'll do like, here's a meal I'm making. The following week, maybe I'll do a giveaway. So I'll be like, share this video if this sounds like something you want to do, or if this has helped you or whatever. And I'll pick one person that I'm going to give away like a food scale. It's $15 out of your pocket to potentially gain some people that are watching your stuff. Or you could do like you're giving away meal prepping boxes or measuring cups or something along those lines, so that you're growing your audience. If that's something that's really intriguing to you? Yes. So yeah, my kids are going to a hybrid this week, and like one of my kids is super excited, and the other one's like, I don't want to get up at 6 in the morning. So it's like, how do you balance that? Um, Jeez, this world is nuts. I'm ready for some normalcy. I just heard on the news that like Chicago and New York and stuff like that said that lockdowns don't work, so they need to open things as quickly as possible. I was like, oh, I thought the WHO said that a long time ago. But anyways, homeschooling and distance learning, yeah. So like how you're navigating that if you've never taught your kids before, like how's life being a teacher now? Like how do you maintain your sanity? For me, so like I will be home with my kids, not this week, but next week. So it's like, how do I start a schedule with them that where I can get my stuff that I need to get done, but I'm still supporting my kids too in the process. So those are some things. So let's get, if you have other questions, like here's my topic, help me come up with things, drop them in the chat because I'm going to allow some time at the end to be able to talk through those things with you guys. So now we're going to go on to Thrive posts. So Monday is always forever and ever amen for me. Progress and how I was before versus now. So how are my Mondays different? Because for me has a special place in my heart because that's how I was brought into this business, was having the worst Monday. In my upline happened to post something about Mondays that day. People hate Mondays, okay? They don't like them. And I think a lot of people, their kids are home. So they're having to get up early, or they're not having, maybe they are having to get up early and like have the energy all day to be there with their kids or whatever because they don't have school. Or how do you like keep your kids entertained or whatever? Or maybe you are going to work and that sort of thing. So progress, you can talk about your progress, like how you feel now versus before, how your routine has changed. If you're posting in the morning, make sure it's something quick and not like lengthy, because people are not going to sit there and read something on a Monday morning. They're usually rushing through their morning, trying to like get prepared for the day. So what's something quickly that you can say that will resonate with people? Like if you hated getting up this morning, I want to chat with you about something that could change your Mondays or whatever, if it's something quick. So make sure that it's super fast and quick at the beginning of the day and how it's waking you up, how you're getting up earlier, how you don't need 200 cups of coffee before your eyeballs can open. If that's your morning one, you can also do an evening one, like how Thrive has helped you up to the end of your day. So maybe it's like taking a picture where you can see your patch with you playing with your kids, or like sitting and doing homework with them, even though they probably don't have school tomorrow, so that doesn't make any sense. Or like what are things that you did with your kids all day and how you had the energy to keep up with them. Or maybe you had a hectic work day, and so like how you're able to focus all day long and not like worrying about wanting to take a nap or falling asleep at your desk, or whatever it looks like for you. Painting a picture of how your Mondays are different because of these products. In your stories, I'm going to try to give you like a post idea and a story idea as well, so that you have something for both. Just prop up your phone somewhere, and you don't have to show your face. You can do like neck down or whatever, but show you just popping on your patch, and that's it. And say a little blurb about it, like my all day energy sticker, or no coffee needed with this, or no more naps for me, thank you. Or whatever, just like a little blurb. But that's the story I suggest, is doing like your patch throughout the day, one part throughout the day. Tuesday, obviously Tuesdays are business paydays, so I think it's important that you must be talking about these bonuses every single week, if not multiple times a week, because sometimes with people in your audience, it takes a couple touches, like 8 to 10 touches about a message before they're like, all right, like tell me about it. So you want to make sure you're continually dripping that down on them. And you might think you're being repetitive, but I can promise you not everyone sees your story every single time. So you might be reaching different people. Maybe somebody just needs to hear you say it again. So don't ever think you're being repetitive. So I would like to talk about bonuses and what options this provides for people. Because yes, the money is nice, like the dollar amount is nice. Like I'm sure 500 every single month would be great for somebody, but how can you paint the picture of the options that are coming along with that? I don't feel like I can lead a time. Is that bad? I try to mix both because I feel like if I'm withholding, I could potentially be withholding the business from somebody that really, really needs it. Like maybe they're at the point where they're like, so here's an example. Brittany Strike, one of her promoters that she just signed, I don't know how long ago, but she lives in Iowa, which if you know anything about Iowa, it is like there is nothing happening in Iowa ever. It's cows, rocks, and fields. But this girl was on the top leaderboard for last week, and she earned a $10,000 bonus. This girl had no Wi-Fi, no phone service. She had to drive into town to go to like a coffee shop where they had Wi-Fi so that she could work her business. She almost had her water shut off, so she had to go and pay that or whatever. So like she was struggling financially, no phone service because she couldn't pay her phone bill. Her water was about to be shut off and all those things. Can you imagine what that $10,000 is going to do for her? Not to mention the weekly paychecks she's getting on top of that. Changing her damn life, you guys. Like she is going from a place of, I don't have anything to a place of, holy crap, I can pay my rent for like 4 months ahead of time. Like that is life-changing, and we can't sit on it and allow people to miss out on that just because you might not be at where you want to be at with your business, like making income doesn't mean that somebody else can't catch the vision of what you're talking about and is in a desperate situation where they're willing to like run with their hair on fire and A, change their life, and B, change your business. So talking about the bonuses and how that can provide options to people. So what that might sound like. So somebody can come in and get a $4,000 bonus, which is paid off obviously incrementally throughout the months, or they can get 12,000. I have seen so many people go 12K in 30 days. Like don't hold that back from somebody. So what I would suggest for a post is saying something along the lines of, I don't know if you've heard, but my company has announced something that is truly life-changing that can provide people with options like not having to worry where your grocery money is coming from, options like filling up your gas tank, options like paying your bills months ahead of time. I am talking about options that can completely shift your life. So what I would suggest, we're not going to have time to do it right now, but is writing down like 3 or 4 options that $500 a month could give somebody, and then talking about those things. Wednesday, I think I didn't really have anything for Wednesday. Go live. I'm going to push you guys out of your comfort zone. Go live at some point. If it's for 5 minutes, if it's for 10 minutes, go live and share your story. People need to hear your story, your specific story. So what does that look like? That looks like, what were things that you were struggling with before Thrive was brought into your life, and how has Thrive helped solve some of those things? If you cry, even better. Like tap into your feels. You need to be sharing your personal story on a consistent basis because your friends follow you for a reason. Either they accepted your friend request because they're added to your network, but they've stayed along because they like your personality or they like the things that you post or whatever, or they're your longtime friends, so they know you personally. You have to open up and share your story, and you have to do it live so people can feel what you're talking about. Like, it's not just a bunch of words on a piece of paper. Like, there's emotion behind it. If you're scared, do it anyways, because the more that you do it, the more comfortable you will get. I can tell you my first live was a hot flipping mess. I thought my upline was coming on mine. She thought I was going on her page. I sat in 2 minutes of silence. I got caught in a rainstorm, so I looked like a hot mess. I cried on it. I got the most response ever because it shows that you're a human being behind your posts. So go live and share your story on Wednesday. Story. Maybe find one person to highlight with the business. Maybe like there's somebody that you admire. Just ask him to put into like 2 sentences what the business has done for them, and then take their picture and just put it in your stories and write their little caption. Like, meet my friend, blah, 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 who is also in business for herself like me. This is what this has allowed her to do, because I think it's important to highlight sometimes other people that aren't you, that are seeing maybe success that you're aspiring to see, or maybe they live a crazy life like you, and that you can show how they're a mom that works full time and still makes this business work. Thursday, Throwback Thursday. So results, your before and afters. If you don't have your own personal results, find a friend who does and share their testimony on your page. Like, look at my friend, tag them, and then say like, she's been thriving for blah, blah, blah. Look what it's done for her. And then kind of give the benefits that she's seen. Story, show how Thrive has helped you at the end of the day. So what has it done for you at the end of the day? Did you have a chaotic day? Did you have a nice day? Like, why are you thankful for these products at the end of the day? Friday, sample post. Getting samples into people's hands is the key to this business, because you know, as well as I know, when people feel the product's working, it's life-changing for them. So the more samples that you can get into people's hands, the more people you can help. And like this morning, there was a girl that was like, I sent out a sample to her and she just got it on Saturday. She's like, I definitely feel like God allowed me to meet you over Facebook so that I can have a chance to get energy the right way. Like, who doesn't love messages like that? That's amazing. She's like, I feel so good. Like, thank you. Like, you can be that for somebody else. You got to get samples out the door. So what does a sample post look like? If I sent you a 3-day sample, would you take it correctly and give me feedback? And then just tell them that you're sending them out for $10. Or you can post packing up energy packs. We all know people need energy in the winter. Who would like one? Drop a heart. And then maybe show like a picture of like products scattered like on your desktop or on your tabletop. If you have that mindset, Heather, you will never get anybody. You got to change it. Like, so many people want this. So many people want this. And spend like 30 minutes engaging before you do a post, you guys. You got, like, the second I started upping my engagement, like if I feel like I'm not getting as much like likes or comments, not that those are like the holy grail of everything, but if I'm noticing that, it means that I'm not giving enough love out to other people. So I'm not getting it in return. You gotta be engaging with people on your friends list. So for me, that's starting at letter A, going through that one day and commenting on the people. That way you can kind of like weed out people too. Maybe they deactivated their Facebook. Maybe they're like super negative people and you don't need them showing up on your timeline or whatever. Like, that's how you can kind of filter through people, but also be commenting on people. And you're like, oh, I forgot about this person. Oh, I forgot about her. And then the next day, go to B. And then the next day, go to C. And then the next day, go to D. And make sure that you're also actively engaging with the people that are engaging with your stuff currently, so that you can show them love. Like, it's not a one-way street. If you want love, you've got to show love first. So that's that. And then in your story, show how you're making your shakes. So like you shaking it up, you pouring it into a cup, maybe you just pouring the shake mix into your shaker cup. Maybe it's like you holding a coffee cup with your shake in it and talk about how it helps you. It totally does. You gotta show people love if you expect it in return at all whatsoever. It completely changed everything for me. I went from getting, because like I would engage with like people that are already on my friends list, and then I engage with the stories that people were watching my stories, but I wasn't going through the alphabet, and I don't know why I didn't do it, because I've done that before and it's so helpful. But I went from getting like 25 likes on a post to now I'm getting like hundreds. And I was like, holy crap. Like, I don't know if like they're pushing people like engaging with one another, but I got a ton. I was like, the last like 3 or 4 posts I've done have gotten like 100. I was like, holy crap. It's because I'm showing love to other people and continuously showing love to them. And then also this allows you to like write, when you're checking out someone's page, it allows you to like write them down on a list if they look like somebody that's really struggling with energy during the day, or if there's somebody that you think would be amazing at this business, like dripping on them and showing them that you care and building a relationship with them. Saturday, show how you were able to fit your business into your day. So maybe it's a picture of a laptop while you're playing with the kids, or like I have my own office and my daughter will come in here and sit in here with me, and she'll like play on her tablet while I'm working. I'll like show that as a picture. Or because people, you got to show the flexibility of the business, which is really nice. Like you don't have to leave your home or leave what you're doing to be able to. It can just be like you show a picture of like your kids playing outside and you're like, I'm so grateful that I have the ability to be present with my children and also build my business at the same time. And then in your story, show how you are being healthy and well. Like, what is one thing that you're doing to show that you're being healthy and well? Because we are in a health and wellness business. So maybe that's like showing your water that you're drinking and tagging like 3 friends and saying like hashtag see a chug, take a chug. Or maybe it's showing the meal that you are making, or showing that you're going outside for a walk, or showing that you're, I don't know, your meal that you made for the day, whatever. So showing how you're healthy and well. And then Sundays, I kind of just leave for freebies, because it's, for me, it's a lot of planning on Sundays. So I'll usually post like how I'm planning for the day. I'm going to stop the share. How I'm planning for my week with my friends, and how, just like Bible verses. And then I'm doing like meal prepping and stuff like that. So it's kind of like a free day. So I'm going to leave the last 10 minutes open for questions. If you guys have questions or want clarification or need help with anything, speak now or forever hold your peace. Don't forget to take a picture and post it on your stories. I don't know why I have so many pens. Probably because I have so many notebooks too. Just to compliment each other. What do you do for Saturdays? Usually on Saturdays, here, I'll just go back to what I did yesterday. Well, I cut bangs, so that was like the highlight of my day. So yesterday I just talked about my business, and I had a customer take me in her sample, and then I talked about how I cut bangs. But in my stories, I did what I was doing with my business. So I created training for my team, and so I talked about that. And then I just posted a picture of me and my pup. And I posted something that I ate, and then like my normal morning routine, which is like read my Bible and stuff like that. So you should do a post and then also something on your story. Yes. Yep. Because there are people that only watch stories, and there are people that only go on the timeline. So you want to make sure that you're hitting both of them. And since you're a part of my team, we have all sorts of story resources, and I'm going to be making some more to put in there too for you guys. But I know like in the Dream Team page, for those of you that aren't on my team, You can go to the Dream Team and there's a whole stories album that you can choose from. You throw up in stories? Oh, like you go in, you put too much stuff in there. Some days I have tons of things, like it looks like Morse code. There's like all these dots, like do, 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 do. And some days I won't post as much, but I tried. I always show my 3 steps in my short stories. One of them, maybe it's my capsules with the book I'm reading. Maybe it's my shake, and maybe it's my patch talking about like what yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I held up the burn patch and I said, what did I say? Shoot. I said fat burning sticker. I'm here for it. Clap, clap. So you always I want your story help. Maybe I'll do a Zoom sometime soon talking about stories and stuff like that in posts. What else was I gonna say? Shoot, I totally forgot. But I gotta take my picture with my planner open. And my planner is like fully written in. Crazy. Any questions, please put them in the comments. Or you can unmute yourself. Different people send different product in 3 days. What do I send? I do 3 capsules, 3 shakes, and 3 patches. Because I want to encourage them to get the 150 pack where it includes all, like a whole month of all 3 steps. Now, sometimes if it's just me that's sending it out, and I put little paper straws in them. I bought these paper straws off of Amazon and they're super cute. And you get like 150 or 250 for like $7. And sometimes I might include like one plus item for them to try based on what they're needing. So this is what I usually, here, I'll put it in the comments for you guys to see. Help with weight management. I might be misspelling, so please just bear with me. I'm trying to type it fast. That's what I put. Anytime somebody says they're interested. So if they come back and they say like, oh, mood support's really important to me, and I'm packing up a sample personally, I might include like 2 days of their regular patches in one of the black or white labels. If they say weight loss is important to them, I'm asking them, or weight management is important. Is it that you're needing help with your appetite? Do you feel like your metabolism's kind of out of whack? Do you just need more energy to be more active? And then if they're like, oh my God, my appetite is like out of control, I might include an ultra patch in there for them. And everyone has an upline that if you don't have enough product on hand, your upline has product. So you can get the money, send it to your upline, and they will send it out for you. And if it's not your direct upline, it's somebody that's 2 or 3 up, and they are more than willing to send out product for you if you don't have enough on hand. Because we know the power of samples. And then if they're asking about energy, I'm like, do you struggle with energy in the morning? Do you struggle with energy like all day? Do you feel like it's just an afternoon thing? Allow them to answer. And then be like, perfect. So I'm going to put one together that really helps with energy, match what they told me. And do you have Facebook Pay or Venmo? Allow them to respond and then say, perfect, send me your address and here's my Venmo thing. Or like, perfect, just click send for Facebook Pay or PayPal or whatever you personally use. Give me your address and I'll get that out for you on this day. Act like they're going to receive, they want it no matter what. And sometimes people will ghost you, and then whatever, I just follow up with them a couple days later and say like, hey, I'm heading to the post office. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss you. Can I put one in there for you? Or do you want me to put one in there for you? They don't answer again, then move along. Because I just sent a sample out to a girl who said she wanted a sample like 2 years ago. She ghosted me, but she finally was like, yes. And she paid me and I shipped it out to her. So don't give up on people. Anything else, dear friends? I'm going to stop the recording.